Are you one of the 20 million people that can't get your money out of a fintech bank? I'm one of them, and no one's talking about this. So Synapse Financial is a company that connects fintechs to traditional banks. And they filed for bankruptcy, Chapter 11, at the end of April, and somebody was supposed to bail them out. It was a payment processor called TabaPay, but the deal fell through. And now Synapse is filing Chapter 7 bankruptcy. One of Synapse bank partners, Evolve Bank and Trust, has frozen everybody's bank accounts. So no one can withdraw money, nobody can deposit money. Your debit card is essentially useless. Any automatic bill payments, mortgages, utilities, you name it, cannot be paid. So not only does no one have access to their funds, everybody's getting NSF fees, late fees, fees upon fees. It's just absolutely fucking insane. And so banks being FDIC insured, you think, oh yeah, federal regulators will step in and help. Not so fast. So they're saying they're not going to get caught up in this mess yet. So I've seen the power of TikTok, what you guys can do. If you can share this post, tag people who could help, I don't know, major media outlets, anywhere that we can get the news spread, because there's millions of people that can't pay rent. They can't even buy food. Just imagine if you are at a major bank and all of a sudden you just don't have access to your money. This is the same situation here. So
Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, and the sincere salutations to the hopeful elect, the tabernacle of David, you Akim, pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in all truth, faith, and sincerity, and also a healthy shalom to the few Akwath who are listening and learning. Lord's willing, this lesson be edifying. So today I want to touch on this article from CNBC, which is entitled, I Have No Money. Thousands of Americans see their savings vanish in Synapse fintech crisis. And just as a side note, me speaking as a man, you have to be a fool if you have all your money tied into a bank. You know, with the state of this economy, with the state of the world, you have to be a fool, okay? You have to be a fool, all right? So with that being said, we're going to touch on a couple of these key points because all the signs are showing that America is through, that a financial collapse is on the horizon. And not only that, but devastation, chaos, sedition, race wars. You know, all these things are brewing. And it's evident, you know, when you listen to the many of the financial advisors and these economists, you know, people that have been in the business for years and years are telling you that a huge economic collapse, a recession, a depression is on the horizon. But you people continue to put your faith blindly in America and its system, and it's going to end up biting you in the ass. Okay? So matter of fact, before I even get into these key points, I'm going to bring out my first precept, but I want to give you an image, all right? Because my first precept is going to be Isaiah 36:6, which goes into a splintered reed. And I just clicked on images after typing in splintered reed, and this is the image that appeared, all right? So seeing this is going to give you more insight and give this precept a little bit more oomph, so to speak. Okay. So this is Isaiah chapter 36 and verse 6 in the NLT. And it reads, on Egypt, if you lean on Egypt, it will be like a reed that splinters beneath your weight and pierces your hand. Okay, and we know that this is speaking of America, Babylon the Great, spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Okay? If you put your trust in this place, it's going to be to your detriment. All right? I mean, just take a look at the image of this. Just imagine leaning on something like this and it snaps and impales you. You know, an image is worth 1,000 words, man. So once again, on Egypt, if you lean on Egypt, it will be like a reed that splinters beneath your weight and pierces your hand. Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, is completely unreliable. Right. And who's the new king of Egypt? DJ Trump. The scriptures are telling you that these leaders are incompetent. They're liars, deceivers, and completely unreliable. But you guys believe that he's the great white hope and he's going to fix everything that's wrong. Like he's a damn magician or a god. There's no reversing the things that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai has put in effect. All right, so let's get back to this article. Key points. It says thousands of Americans will receive little or nothing from saving accounts that were locked during the collapse of the fintech middleman Synapse. Customers believed the accounts were backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. Right. Because these banks are supposed to be FDC, okay? FDCI insured, okay? If I'm not mistaken, let's read this. It says the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation insures deposits at FDIC insured banks to protect depositors' money in the event of a bank failure. Coverage. The standard insurance amount is $250,000 per depositor per insured bank for each account ownership category. Right. So, and I learned about this a long time ago, having conversations with, people growing up saying, if you have $1 million or a large sum of money, to not put it all in one account, to spread it over multiple accounts, because these banks only insure you up to $250,000. Okay. But these people that are involved with Synapse Finch, the insurance did absolutely nothing to protect them. It did absolutely nothing to protect them. All right. And we tell y'all, man, these financial systems, all these systems are nothing but traps and snares, man. Traps and snares. So once again, it says customers believe their accounts were backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. It says, matter of fact, let me get a precept, man. All right. This is Haggai chapter 1 and verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes. Right, man. This place, America, Babylon the Great, is a hamster wheel. Okay? They keep you as a debt slave. They give you just enough to continue to fight and to strive for something greater, Okay, they give you just enough to continue to chase after the cheese. But you tribes, we weren't put here to make it. We weren't put here to be millionaires. We weren't put here to be athletes. We were brought over here on cargo slave ships as a punishment from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, so that we can consider our ways, consider our actions. We were put in the hand of our enemies so that we would see what we have lost and turn back to the Heavenly Father. There's a saying in the world, the grass is not greener on the other side. And ever since we have left Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, our nation has been jacked the fuck up, toe up from the flow up. So once again, it says, customers believed the accounts were backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. CNBC spoke to a dozen customers caught in the predicament, people who have lost sums ranging from $7,000 to well over $200,000. While there's not yet a full tally of those left shortchanged at fintech, Yada alone, 13,725 customers say they are being offered a combined 11.8 million despite putting in 64.9 million in deposits. Okay? Man, this fucking place is a big ass Ponzi scheme, man. A big Ponzi scheme. Real quick, this is Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. And this is why they have, hey man, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man, and strength of salvation. All right? This is why the Heavenly Father gave us the blueprint, man. Micah 2 and 10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. Right? This place, America, Babylon the Great, this world will destroy you if you put all your faith in it. You put your faith in getting that promotion. You put your faith in your 401k and your pension and your retirement. And then you wake up the next morning and it's wiped away. Or you get the promotion and then 3 months later, you're laid off. The only trust you can put in America, Babylon the Great, is the trust that it is going to disappoint you and leave you stranded. So I'm going to read a little bit of this article and then we'll wrap this lesson up. It says, for 15 years, former Texas school teacher Kayla Morris put every dollar she could save into a home for her growing family. When she and her husband sold the house last year, they stowed away the proceeds, $282,000, in what they thought of as a safe place, an account at the saving startup Yada held at a real bank. Morris, like thousands of other customers, was snared in the collapse of a behind-the-scene fintech firm called Synapse, and has been locked out of her account for 6 months as of November. She held out hope that her money was still secure. Then she learned how much Evolve Bank and Trust, the lender where her funds were supposed to be held, was prepared to return to her. We were informed last Monday that Evolve was only going to pay us $500 out of that $280,000, Morris said during a court hearing last week, her voice wavering. It's just devastating. You're damn right it's devastating. All right? You leaned on that on that reed and it snapped. Your trust in Egypt And oh, what a surprise. Egypt betrayed you. Come on, man. Come on. That's all we need out of that. Let's get one more precept and call it quits. Proverbs chapter 25 and verse 19. Confidence in an unfaithful man in the time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. Right. If you had a broken tooth, would you sit down to eat a full course meal? No. You're going to go to the dentist and get that thing fixed. Now let's look up this word unfaithful. It says unfaithful, to act treacherously, deceitful, deal treacherously. And that's the epitome, the definition of an Edomite. Didn't your DJ Trump, your president, say you got to be a damn fool if you pay taxes? Hey, he is the epitome of America, boy. A slow down, a low down, grab him by the you know what, thief, swindler. All right. So once again, Proverbs 25 and 19, confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. Hey, man, so she's stuck like Chuck, and all the millions of y'all that invested your hard-earned money and stored it in these banks, man. Egypt is collapsing. America, Babylon the Great is collapsing. It's through. Adawan Ratazah, this lesson was edifying. Shalom Israel, wa abad babal.